This video is brought to you by
Welcome to Cool Green Clothing. This your last shot right here to get your hands on Cool Green Clothing first ever graffiti. Go online right now at coolgreenclothing.com and make your purchase. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you ain't cool and getting the green, you're in the way, and that's just basic.
If you ain't cool getting that green, you in the way, shorty. For real.
That's just
Cool
basic.
green, man. Stop playing. Cop up, man. Support the man. Pay the man. Support black businesses, man. We need to keep that black dollar circulating, man. Peace, love, elevation. Cool green. We out.
What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of the Baltimore Way, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. The come up, or grinding for a better life, can be a long process for some people. Whether you are a barber, renting a booth, trying to build clientele, to one day own your own shop, an individual with a clothing brand, trying to network and get the brand known all over, or an artist, rapper, or a singer that gotta go to certain studios, perform at events to get yourself out there. Coming up is a subject that gets overlooked a lot most of the time. People only see the finished project and the end results of a successful person, not the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into being on the scene when you might not want to be, promoting yourself or your product. And the most dangerous thing is networking, linking up with people you might not know like that to further your growth. It's business at the end of the day, but unfortunately, in this cold world we live in, some people don't even make it past the come up stage before losing their lives or throwing it away. And on this episode of the Baltimore Way, we'll discuss a case of an up and coming rapper that lost his life for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Michael McCoy was born in Baltimore, Maryland, but migrated to Howard County at a young age, where he attended elementary and middle school. As a young man, Michael was taught to grind for what he wanted in life, even working at a Bojangles restaurant on Route 301 while attending Dr. Henry Wise High School in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, to pay for his prom suit and shoes. After high school, the young man continued with that same drive, landing a job at Applebee's on 40 West as a bartender, starting an online business called 301 Kicks, where him and his homie would cop early release shoes and flip them. Michael was also a student at Baltimore County Community College at Catonsville, where he had been for 3 semesters, working on a business management degree by 2019. But his passion was music, in which Michael started gravitating to about 12 years old, posting his first video on YouTube. His mother, who has her own business and was in full support of Michael, wanted him to do Christian rap. But the young man by this time, at 24 years old, knew what his generation wanted to hear, so he focused more on that kind of music. He would perform at certain events and clubs and was gaining a following. Everything synced on the up and up for the ambitious young man. Then on November 4th, 2019, Michael set up some studio time to finish the project he was working on at a studio located in the basement of a home on 3830 Cedar Drive in Gwen Oaks, Maryland, Baltimore County. The home belonged to 2 men who we will call Joe and Mike. The home was good for recording and seemed safe. It had 5 security cameras, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and 1 in the basement. The men kept the front door secured by 2 doors and a deadbolt lock that could be locked from inside the home using a key. Michael thought nothing about it, having worked there before, but that was just one of Joe and Mike's hustles. They also sold grass from time to time and was known for having bags at the spot. This day, a few homeboys were kicking it. Amaro Floyd, Corey Downs, Cameron Austin, Taki Carter, and Nasir George. They were at one of their other homeboys' apartments in West Baltimore, geeking, playing with guns, when one went off, in which the man whose apartment it was told them they had to leave. Amaro's girlfriend came and scooped the men, then drove to Sparks, Maryland, where she worked at, and left Amaro the whip for the day, as she headed in. Riding around, looking for something to get into, he told his guys he knew somebody who sold a lot of grass, referring to Joe and Mike. Amaro stated they should get them or set up a lick to rob the men. He made the call and told them he wanted to cop a pound for 2 racks or $2,000. Joe and Mike agreed, so the men all headed to the home on Cedar Drive about 5:30 p.m. Michael was already there, about to record. A few of the men in the whip had blicks on them, in total 3, and their cell phones. When they got to the neighborhood, Amaro parked down the street from the house. Him and Nasir got out while the other men waited for the word. They bopped to the front door of the home at about 5:55 p.m. when Joe and Mike let them in. Michael was cooling, laying on the couch. They locked the deadbolt behind the men and led Amaro to the basement to show him 2 flavors of grass, while Nasir was shooting text messages to his homies back in the whip, telling them to get ready, stating the color of the house, car parked outside, and that the door was locked, so he was going to find a way to let them in. More small talk would happen before Nasir asked to use the bathroom and text Corey like, yo, come now. Not even knowing they had the drop, Joe walked off to grab some drinks. When he returned, allegedly, Nasir had made his move and had a gun to the back of Michael's head. Instead of panicking, Michael decided he would fight back as the men demanded the pounds. Michael spun around and tried to fight before multiple shots went off, and Amaro and Nasir ordered Mike and Joe to unlock the front door to let the other men in. The other men came in and froze for a minute after seeing Michael hit in the head, laying on the ground. But somebody screamed out like, yo, get the grass. Then the men fled with a few pounds. Instead of calling for help right away, Mike and Joe grabbed a few suitcases, took them to the car, and pulled it up the street. Then called Baltimore County Police. They arrived to the home to find Michael suffering from 2 gunshot wounds to the head. He was rushed to Sinai Hospital, but unfortunately, he would not survive his injuries. Police noticed 3 shell casings, a Montclair coat, and multiple security cameras, with some footage blanked out. After confronting Mike and Joe, they confirmed they got the rest of the grass out the home before calling. Fingerprints were left along with other evidence. It wouldn't take long before police linked Amaro, Corey, Cameron, and Tyke to the robbery. With cell phone records, text messages, they all were charged with robbery, first-degree hit, home invasion, and other charges. Michael's family couldn't believe how senseless it was for him to lose his life over simply being in the wrong place at the wrong time, in a situation that had nothing to do with him at all. Months would go by, and Nasir, the alleged trigger man, would still not be in custody. But police got a tip that him and his girlfriend were heading to the mall out Towson about 4 p.m. on an August day in 2020. Police saw Nasir driving on Delaney Valley Road and hit the lights. A chase started and ended on the 2100 block of Franklin Town Road because the tree had blocked the street from a previous tropical storm. Nasir hopped out on foot and fled, but was quickly apprehended trying to throw his blick. His girl allegedly had 3 phones on her, in which 2 belonged to Nasir, with a text sent to the men a few days after Michael was hit, saying that's crazy, RIP dummy, with emojis on Michael's picture. He was taken into custody, hit with the same charges as his 4 co-defendants. As the case started making its way to trial, Tyke agreed to cooperate and take a proffer agreement. He pled guilty to conspiracy to commit robbery and use of a firearm and commission of a crime. I couldn't find any information on Corey, Amaro, and Cameron, whether they were sentenced or not. Nasir would be found guilty on felony murder, robbery with a deadly weapon, and home invasion. He was eventually sentenced to life plus 40 years in prison. Rest in peace to Michael. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to his family. This is a true situation of a young man trying to beat the odds. Grind and come up, just caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, while other dudes was trying to catch what they thought would be an easy lick. I'm gonna leave the moral of the story on this one up to y'all. Definitely be respectful. Crazy situation. Rest in peace, that man. I send my prayers to his family. Y'all leave it in the comments. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Y'all already know it's all love, fam. It's another episode of the Baltimore Way. It's your boy Tony 2 times.